passenger question again, so I'm just going to read it to you. Hello, fellow fear people. Flying tomorrow, UK to Ireland, 55 minutes, no booze as I need to drive. Please help, I'm terrified. No Xanax, no vodka. Flight 11 a.m. tomorrow, turbulent app states, moderate turbulence, haven't flown in 10 years with booze. I hate the boozing prior to flying. Okay, let's break this down, this fear for him straight away. So first of all, well done. You booked the holiday, you booked the flight. Go across to Dublin. Yeah, I was there last year. I flew from Birmingham to Dublin, 39 minutes. I'm sending this gentleman the recording of my flights as well, just because I know what to look out for as an ex-flight supervisor. Here's my first choice uniform here right now. So I know what to look out to. I know your fears and your anxiety, how you feel out of control, where you feel stuck and trapped. So I'll break it down for you. So the first thing is no booze. That's okay, because it's known that if you do drink, there's an antidepressant, especially if you suffer with anxiety, it can actually make you worse. And you know those days where you have one glass of wine and you're absolutely fine. And then you have the next day, you can have 4 and you'll be absolutely fine. But what about the days where you have one glass of wine and you're plastered? And then the next day, you can have 4 and you're absolutely fine again. So now put that scenario up into a steel tube that's pressurized up in the sky. You don't know how it's going to affect you because it pressurizes all our body's organs as well. So please think about that before you drink. Think before you drink when it comes down to flying. A massive tip, because it is illegal to be drunk on board an aircraft. You can be fined and you can be arrested. En route, that's not where you want to be arrested. Trust me, I've done it many times. You do not want an arrest en route in your holiday destination, let alone the UK, if it's the UK where you live. So, as an ex-flight supervisor, I know the inside of the cabin door, so you can ask me anything. So let's go back to the no booze. Wonderful. You can have a good time once you're there. If you fear flying, you don't have to have it to get on board. The other thing as well, the pills. Again, the pills can affect you differently in the air. Why pop a pill when you don't know how you're going to feel? And if you're already feeling out of control, popping that Xanax, that diazepam, that Valium, those are all the main brands, I would say. Why would you pop one of those pills when you already feel out of control, when they're actually going to knock you out possibly, and then you're going to be more out of control? Because as cabin crew, we are trained with every inch of our life to save every inch of your life. Now, we can do so, but if we can't help you because you're intoxicated, then we're going to help somebody else first. That is something that passengers do need to appreciate, okay? It's much better to seek some kind of help. And yes, I do fear of flying help and overcoming flight anxiety with me, V. But isn't it better to overcome that fear of flying than actually be intoxicated on board? And then big if, there was something to happen, then you'd be totally out of control and you wouldn't be able to get off board in case of emergency. So please bear that in mind. Booze, pills, they can heighten our anxiety. So there's the next thing I wanted to talk about. Early in the morning, I'm going to admit to you, I hated early morning flights. Oh my God, Sunday morning Malagas. They were at the crack of doom, 3 a.m. check-in. It was horrendous. But they were over as quick as a flash because such a short flight. We'd be back and you'd have the rest of the Sunday free. So there are good things to early morning flights, but a lot of people don't sleep the night before. So don't be tempted to drink or pop pills the night before, because remember, you've got to get in that taxi, you've got to drive that car to the airport, you've got to jump on the train, on the bus, whatever way that you're travelling. Your anxiety is going to heighten if you're really, really tired too. So please bear that in mind as well. So the Xanax and the vodka can kind of be in your comfort pouch, let's call it. I do say to my clients that they can have a comfort package where they've got their lip balm, where they've got their lavender so they feel calm, where they've got their eye mask, where they've got their noise cancelling earphones, where they've got their pills that they may want to take. They've got their bottle of vodka. You cannot drink your own drink on board, by the way. That is not allowed. And people do ask me about that. Why can't we drink our own alcohol on board? You sell it, why can't we drink our own alcohol? It's because we can monitor it, and also obviously it's for your safety, so we can evacuate the plane effectively, quickly. 233 passengers on a Boeing 757 in 90 seconds. That's what I was trained to do, and the same on the Airbus as well. Slightly less passengers on there, but in 90 seconds. If you're intoxicated or you're in panic mode, we will be able to get other people off quicker who are able to do so. Does that make sense? And it's not because we care about you any less. We do. We go back into the cabin to make sure everyone's off board the aircraft, okay? Please don't think that you're going to be left behind, but we are going to deal with the passengers who we can get off quickly. So there's another point about pills and booze as well. And we've got life jackets on board, sweethearts, but it doesn't mean you're going for a swim. So bear that in mind. Just because we sell alcohol doesn't mean you need to get drunk, does it? Let's wait till we get to the holiday destination to do that, okay? The next thing is, so we've done the early morning, we've done the booze, we've done the pills. Now about the Turbly app. Now, I think Flight Radar is amazing to show you how many planes are in the sky at any one point, which is brilliant to show you how safe it is. The Turbly app. Now, how often do you go out the house, drive your car, and it's foggy? And then by the time you go halfway to work, it's lifted and it's full sunshine. Weather changes very, very quickly, okay? And regarding airplanes as well, if we can find a better route to avoid turbulence, we will do so. It slows the aircraft down. We all want to get back to our friends and family as well too. The captain wants to reserve the fuel. We want to get there on time. All of the above. There's lots of factors, isn't there? So don't just rely on a Turbly, okay? You're only in the air. Well, this gentleman's up there for 55 minutes. That's what he's been told. 55 minutes, 25 minutes to the top of ascent, 25 minutes to the for descent. Well, you're down before you're up on a Birmingham to Dublin flight, basically like I was last year. It was so quick. We're literally like that. So bear that in mind as well, okay? And you haven't flown in 10 years with booze. Well done. Fantastic. How much better do you feel? And you can enjoy it when you get down there. It's not always about the alcohol, is it? It's about you having a good time and not worrying about that return flight home because you've got plastered on the way out there and you've already heightened your anxiety, pun intended, by drinking alcohol, by popping pills. And those pills sometimes don't even work, or they take effect once you come down from that pressurised steel tube at 37,000 feet in the air. I have personally watched staggering passengers go through luggage reclaim on long haul where they can't stand up because they're all over the place because they've suddenly come down to the ground, literally, pun intended, and they are struggling because they didn't realise it was going to affect them that much. And honestly, some of them have literally had either one pill or one glass of wine, not even a large one, and it's still affected them that much. So please take it from the cabin crew. We know over the years that we do it, we've seen everything, we've heard everything, we've done everything. We wear 17 hats on board that aircraft to make sure, because we're trained with every inch of our life to save every inch of your life. And that's what we're there for. And the majority of us, honestly, we really, truly do love it. I did have hosties that I flew with who didn't like the fear of flying, but they actually overcome it by doing the job itself. Isn't that interesting? So the more you do something, the more it becomes familiar. Your mind likes it. It becomes a routine. So well done to this member, this client who's reached out to me for booking your holiday. Go and have a fabulous time in Ireland. You deserve it. And let's speak when you get back on your return flight home. because you're going to have smashed it and had an amazing time, and you'll be flying again very soon.